Back in 2000, let's call it 21, I went on this expedition, if you will, to expand my music taste. And I don't know about you, I don't always listen to what is popular or what people tell me to listen to. I will go and look at different genres, different artists, different things that, maybe I've overlooked because we've only got a finite amount of time during the day. So if you enjoy music, you want to listen to what's comfortable for you. But I finally listened to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. And I know a lot of people would say that that's insane, that I had never listened to that up until 2021 as a person who was born in 1985. But I would see that album all the time. Anytime I went into the record store or wherever, I would see that prism with the light shining through it and coming out different on the other side. And it's a metaphor that I think applies to all of us. If someone is providing light for you, whether that be through information or whether they're sharing resources that could help your life, the light is going to shine through the prism of your mind one way. But as it gets processed in your own head, it may come out and manifest in a different way. Now, a prism is going to take white light and divide it into each color in the spectrum. But I've realized how knowledge and how studying overlaps. Whenever I think about photography and filmmaking, it helps me out with my drawing. Because when I used to draw, it was all about the shadows. I never really studied how the light affects a physical object. But when you get to filmmaking or photography, it's about eliminating the shadows. But then, because you have started out trying to make these tones and trying to depict the shadows in your drawing, you don't want to completely eliminate the shadows. So you begin to want to have a nice mix, because it's a combination of the light and the shadow that makes the image stand out and be the special thing that you want it to be. And so I really feel like knowledge overlaps. I feel like expertise in one area, there are principles that could be transferred to another. Public speaking, communicating. Am I speaking too fast? Am I speaking too slow? Am I speaking too loud? Or am I speaking too low? I don't really know. But as I gain feedback from the audience and continue to make videos, I'll be able to dial the knob in and get to a perfect equilibrium. I really don't know why I brought up the Pink Floyd album to begin with. It was more or less about the cover art. It was more or less about expanding your taste and experiencing as many things as possible, because as more information and experiences go into your mind, it's going to make you a much more interesting person, because the way you process a stimuli is going to be different than the way someone else does. And that's how we become creative beings and produce things that have never been seen before. I believe that in the process of having us programmed to believe certain things and to behave in certain ways, we should always be searching, seeking for something new. Because if we don't do that, the world becomes a bland place. In my opinion, the stranger you are, the more I'm drawn to you. The more I want to know more about why you think the way you think, why you behave the way you behave. And when I say strange, I'm not talking about just off the wall crazy. I'm talking about someone who has a unique perspective, Those are the people who I really want to talk to. Those of you who feel like anything is possible. Those of you who know that the light is always there in the sky. It's just that it's obscured by the clouds from time to time. Those who know that you need the sunshine and the rain. Those who know that it's the combination of warm air and cold air that creates the storm. Those who aren't easily discouraged, those are the people who I want to speak to. The people who take in information and reflect it or shine it out in a different direction in their own way. Embrace your uniqueness and don't be afraid to shine your light.